shots worth of whiskey in one glass. And he's like, fuck it, I'm drinking it.
Oh yeah, that is true. That is true.
Because they didn't want to take any. You let me face it.
Yeah, because you poured it and he was like, ah.
Oh yeah, you did pour it.
An accident. That was a bigger cup.
All right, I'll set you up. Santi.
Don't set me up, bro. Set us up.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Set us up. So this made a big difference. Oh, I can't say set you up. Nah, I set us up. All right. You know what this reminds me of?
What?
I don't know.
No, it reminds you of something. You were about to say
it reminds me of how women
oh shit.
want to be classified as men. I'm confused right now. I'm confused. I think I drank too. I'm a little slow right now.
What do you mean by that, David? No. Let's go on what David was talking about.
All right, what did I say? I said you feel. You want me to say us? Why can't I just say you? You want me to make us say us? It's like the same thing for me.
Because it's a 3-person show. It's not just me.
Jesus Christ, it's not a big deal though.
It's not a big deal. You're right. I'm just saying. I don't want Joe to feel left out, so I said us.
Jesus. You want to classify as a woman while you're at it? I'm asking you a serious question. Do you want to classify as a woman while you're at it?
No.
I mean,
No.
technically nowadays, you never know what people are classifying as.
What you mean?
No, we're not the classified.
What'd you say?
You never know what anyone's classifying as. You be
Excuse me?
down.
Excuse me? What you mean?
Yo, this might get
Explain. What the hell did you say?
Let's cancel this shit.
Cancel what? Let's cancel what? You see, you don't pitch in. You say, I'm gonna just cancel this. I'm gonna just cut it right here. I'm gonna cut it here. It's like, what do you want to do, Santi? We start talking. Oh, no. We're going too far.
Alright.
You can't say nothing.
Continue.
See?
Continue.
You want me to stop it and restart?
No, we're good.
Joe,
Stop for what, bro?
explain to me. What did you just say to me? I don't understand what you just say. It just...
Bro, I said,
Give him the mic.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bro, I said basically, people. You never know what anyone's identifying as right now.
What are you talking about?
Bro, some people be identifying as fucking attack helicopters, 17 neo-pronouns, 6 different pronouns. Bro, I'd be lost. They'd be like, I'm they, them. I'm like, who's they?
Nah. What was this, Santi? The burgers thing?
That was it. He said,
Oh, that was
Wait,
it.
what did I say?
It's like, yo, it's like, okay, she wants one burger. It's like, no, my pronouns isn't she, it's they, them. It's like, okay, they want 2 burgers. And then you're like, no, I do want one. It's like, no, they is multiple. She is one. Since you're they and they is multiple, you want 2 burgers. They want 2 burgers. Oh,
Damn, bro.
I mean, you just got the joke because it's like.
Alright, then you say it then.
So it was the one
I
burger,
butchered it,
right?
my bad. Okay.
But so then they asked for how much money it was.
Yeah.
And he said,
Oh,
after
yeah.
they was they them, they doubled the price. It's like, what? But your sign says $7, and then he's like, it's $7 for she. It's 14 for they.
Oh man, I didn't know you could classify as a woman. I thought, or like whatever you want to classify as.
I classify as that.
As what?
That guy.
What guy?
Him.
Who?
I'm him.
You're him?
No, okay.
No, it wasn't funny. You'll never be him.
He's
Bro, you never seen like a guy go into a women's bathroom and be like, I classify as a woman.
I don't know about that one.
You can do it now.
You're gonna.
Technically, you could do that.
I'm gonna try that.
Hey, yo, yeah,
I mean, technically that's still a woman, right?
The gym's locker room.
yeah.
That'd be what is that, transphobic?
Yeah.
Yeah, transphobic.
I don't know. I think it's unique, no? Like phobia, like
Yeah, but trans.
Yeah, but if they don't allow you to do it, wouldn't that be transphobic?
Facts.
Oh, that's what
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's different. Yeah.
I don't know how genders work, to be honest with you. I'm just saying shit.
What do you think, Jose? What? How many genders are there?
Always been to.
Always been two? I heard someone say it's like, well, when you die, you're either one or the other. Like when we look at your skeletons in the future, it's gonna be he or her.
Yeah, 100%.
That's it. So I don't know.
So the dick's not a bum?
Is it? No, it's a.
What? What?
Whip it out real quick now.
I think it's just a muscle.
I don't even think. I think. I don't even know.
It's like tissue.
It's like tissue, right? I don't even think
So it's
it's.
not even a muscle.
I don't even think it's a muscle. No,
Might be a muscle.
no, I don't think so.
Fuck.
I don't know. I'll be smacking cans off my necks and shit. So it might be a muscle, it might not.
I mean, but you do got
So what
at
did you
least
say?
8 inches.
Yeah, we over here with
Why would
4
I-
inches.
Might stabilize.
You might break the table.
I mean, I'm over here sitting with like 1.5. You know what I'm saying on hard.
It's all 3 hard too.
They are too.
You do
Jesus. I don't know. What is a woman? What does it mean to be a woman?
to give birth.
If I feel like if you just got the X chromosome, you a woman.
It's cap, isn't it? What? No.
Doesn't it just mean to have a? Doesn't it mean to be a woman to just have a hole?
Hey,
You got, whoa, hold on. That makes no sense. That makes no sense because you technically have a hole.
Okay, 2 holes.
You have 2 holes.
All right, 3
You
holes.
still have 3 holes. Yeah. 4
Oh wait,
holes,
yeah. The ears
I
too.
mean, what are you using?
Hey, oh yeah, that is true. That is true. I wasn't being.
Whoa.
Are you using the back door?
Yeah.
My man's fucking every hole.
Yo, facts. Things going.
Santi, are you using the back door or not?
I don't know what that means, so I'm saying no.
Ain't no.
No.
I think it was.
David?
No.
Joe?
What the hell's
Why
wrong?
not?
What about you? What are you doing?
Of course, if it's you.
Hey, yo.
But why not?
I'm good.
But give us a reason.
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh my god.
David, give us a reason.
Why? I don't want shit on my dick.
Wait, where's condom?
I don't want to take a condom that's been covered in shit off my dick.
Wait, Jose, would you like to chime in here?
Would you like to?
I'll try that.
All right, experience.
Speak your mind, bro.
Have you experienced?
Have you experienced this?
Yeah.
How does
Does the dick come out with the dirty? No.
condom?
Oh, shit.
Oh.
He got the big dick though. He got the big dick. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
I mean, well, the girl already gotta be stretched. You feel me?
Okay.
So if it's like
Okay.
right out the womb, right out the womb, like tight as shit, like you ain't gonna get much further.
Oh, okay. How does?
Wait. So they're born with it, or they have like what do you mean?
You're not born. With
No.
it.
You stretch it out.
So what he's saying,
so
what he's
they
saying
stretch
is if it's their first time, it's not gonna be fun, right? That's what
Yeah.
you're saying.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. You know when Lana Rhodes like got ran through, she said her thing was like, you know, like how they're I think you mean
If
it's
you're going at a constant, it's gonna go from this
to that. Yeah.
to the size of the weapon.
How do you feel about it?
Like what?
Do you enjoy it?
I enjoy it. They enjoy it.
Do you enjoy it more than regular? Do you enjoy it more than regular?
Low key.
Low key? Oh, okay. It's honest. I like it honest. I like
That's honest right there.
honest.
What about you,
experience.
Joe?
What?
Would you try it?
Have you experienced this phenomenon?
You're willing to try it?
Uh,
I'm about to put you on the spot because I think your girl watches this.
Oh,
Yeah. She-
I'm gonna watch this shit.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like he's on the fence.
It's cap, bro. Young
I think-
young Joe said he would never do that.
Wait.
Who is this man?
What if it was like cleaned out, fresh, fucking
Right out the shower?
and
right out the shower.
Probably.
Clean inside
If she
out.
wants to though, like you know.
Yeah.
'Cause
Oh
I feel
yeah. I
like-
mean,
I don't know if I really want to, but if she wants to, I might you know try it for her. You know.
but I thought Cobra Tate said women are property.
What? what?
What?
What is he?
Yo, Cobra Tate said women are property. I thought that's not what he said.
I mean, Santi's my property. I
Yeah,
mean,
technically.
he's a woman.
Yeah, you could tell him. to
Right.
spend-
He identifies.
He identifies as a woman.
When?
5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
What? Oh yeah, they go to the women's bathroom. You're right.
He really wants to go into like you know those Japanese washrooms.
No.
All right, so in Japan, there's apparently these washrooms where it's like there's a group shower or bath basically.
Of same gender.
Yeah.
Oh.
So Santi wants to hop into
The female one.
female bathroom, so it's like
Yeah.
a bunch of girls just butt ass naked
Yeah.
in the bath, like
Yeah.
the bath.
I have never said this amount. These words have never came out of
You
my
just said you wanted to.
Identify as a woman to go in women's locker room.
No, I said bathroom. That's completely different.
Same thing.
And it was only to prove a point that David said, "Or do you identify as a woman?" And I was just like, I don't even know how the fuck that.
Are
actually
you a
came out,
woman?
to be honest with you.
Are you a woman?
I don't know. No.
Jesus.
No, I said no, bro. I said no.
I heard I don't know.
I said I don't, and then I stopped, and then I said, you know what? No, I'm gonna say no.
Bro, but am I the bad guy if I identify as an attack helicopter?
Nah, you're cool. Shit, if you
But
could,
why do I get shit on by all these people that identify as
Yo,
whatever the
remember-
fuck they want, and I identify as an attack helicopter? I'm the bad guy.
I don't know,
Sorry to cut
bro.
you off. Remember when like the whole TikTok and male community came out with the super straight movement?
Yo, that shit was mad funny.
What?
What?
Super straight movement.
Yeah, so it's like so super straight. That movement was because it was about that time where like straight men were being asked like, would you date a trans person? And then they would say no, right? Because they're not attracted to trans people.
Oh, right.
And then they'd be called transphobic. And like if it was a gay person, they would say no, and then they'd be called homophobic. So in order to combat this movement, they came out with super straight. Super straight means that you're only attracted to the female gender, and the female had to be born a female,
Okay.
right? So like it's like cause
Super straight. Oh,
super
okay.
straight, super
I
straight.
got
That
you.
was the whole movement, and then the whole like LGBTQ plus ABC X Y and Z.
You mean the alphabet
The
people?
alphabet people came out and they were like, "Yo, this whole movement is transphobic, homophobic. It's all this and that."
Is it? All right.
And then hold on, let me finish. And then like the people were like, "What are you talking about?" It's like this whole movement became a thing because you guys don't want to let us have our own preferences. You guys want to tell us who to like and shit. And isn't half of LGBT like made up too? So like you telling us we can't make up our own gender? And that was like a whole thing on TikTok.
What does it mean to be transphobic?
Like you hate with trans.
Yeah,
Hate?
you have to hate.
Oh, hate? You need to hate?
Mhm.
Oh.
Yeah.
What if you're scared?
What do you mean scared?
What if you're scared of transphobic people?
It's fear.
That means you have phobia.
Oh, transphobia? Oh.
Yeah.
Doesn't that mean the same thing?
Well, phobia means to be afraid of
Fear
something.
and hate.
Oh, no, yeah, they're not really the same, but transphobia. Is that okay to be?
Well,
I mean,
Not in this current society.
why not? If I'm afraid of spiders, I'm afraid of spiders. If I'm afraid of
You go
transphobia.
outside right now and be like, yo, I'm scared of trans people. Everyone's gonna hate you.
But like, these, what if they genuinely scare people? What if the idea of a man being a woman just scares the shit out of some people?
transphobic.
It probably does, but when you really can't speak your mind because people aren't gonna allow you to do it. They believe like 110% like trans people are like I guess like they need to be put on a pedestal because they did something out of the ordinary. I don't know exactly why they want to be like on top of a pedestal above us. Like, look at me, pay attention to me. You have to respect me, love me, blah 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 blah.
Oh man, I don't know, man. That's just weird to me. Cause it's like, you know what I always think back to? It's like, fuck, it's weird. Cause it's like, so like I'm 5'6", right? So it's like I'm short, but I would love to be like, let's say I would love to be 6 feet tall, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, what if there was a surgery that could allow me to be 6 feet?
I think there is.
I know that I think there is like something like that, but like let's say and then I do that, then I'm technically 6 feet.
Yeah.
But for so it's weird because it's like, can a man be a woman? I'm assuming people are thinking this way because like if I get the surgery, like you said, there's a real surgery, right? And I become 6 feet tall, and it's like officially, realistically, really, I am 6 feet tall because it happened. But I feel like that's wrong. It's weird. It's because like when a man's born a man and he wants to say he wants to be a woman, right now there is no surgery to make it 100%. Like you can't change your genes right now to be a woman, but you can make yourself taller. So it's kind of weird. It's like, how would you look at a person that takes a surgery to grow taller, and a person that wants to be the other gender?
I mean, that's tough. So you weren't paying attention at all.
You weren't paying attention.
Yeah, you were just expressing a thought.
Jose was over there just
Bounce my titties and shit.
looking mad fucking miserable.
All right, so
Looking mad.
So there right now there is a surgery to be taller. There is no surgery to be the other gender. But how do you view the two different people? Like, let's say me, I take a surgery to be 6 feet tall, and then I am 6 feet tall. Like, I really am 6 feet tall. And then the other person that takes a surgery, let's say there really was a surgery to be a different gender. No, not like real, like
But
real.
at the end of the day, even when you take the 6 foot tall surgery or whatever, you're not truly 6 foot tall because you don't have like an official like bone that's the exact length. So you're basically
But
hindering yourself physically.
But on the license, it says I'm 6 feet. And I look 6 feet. So look. I'm taking a straight. I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I'm gonna play devil's advocate right here. So So what if a woman takes that like that surgery? Like you said, technically not a man. Yeah, woman's a man, right? Technically not a man, but by looks, by license, because now you know the license allows for this shit to happen. Some of them, right? Now you're a man. I know, like you said, it's not real, but like technically, just by looking, by the way the hormones are, hey, that's a man. We are not that, yeah.
Bro, in my opinion, right? Which probably doesn't matter. You know, it's an opinion. I feel like if you go there and as a man, cut your dick off, you've officially committed to the other side. So
Yes.
you're officially a woman now to me.
100%.
But if you over here half bullshitting, right? You're like, well, I mean, I don't want to cut my dick off just yet, just in case. That means you have a conflict of interest.
Yeah.
So you either go full for it or you a bitch. Like, it's that simple. Like, you come on, do it or don't do it.
My thought is also too. My thought is like It's also for me. It's like, man, like I know it's risky to say something like this. That there might be like
Speak your heart, bro.
there might be like, and I'm speaking. I'm gonna speak this because like I genuinely care, because it's like, isn't it like a mental like issue that someone would want to be the other gender? Like not
100%.
like in like if you want to wear guy clothes and you want to act like a guy, you know, like there are women that, you know, put on a lot of muscle, want to like tomboys. There you go. If you want to be the tomboy, hey, go for it. Like whatever you want to like date just women, go for it. Whatever. But I don't think there's an issue mentally with you if you know that you're still a woman, but you just want to be like a man kind of thing. It's fine. But I think there's a real mental issue if you like have an issue being whatever you're born into. Like I said, like I don't mean to offend anyone, but it's like out of care. It's like I don't think I don't understand how anyone can help you do a transition without first thinking maybe there's something wrong with you mentally. You know, that's sad to me to see these, you know, these doctors and stuff, you know, put all this money into like changing you. And then, you know, and then some of them actually go back. I don't know if you know that. Like, studies show that they go back, and actually studies, some of them show that they kill themselves.
But I think the bigger issue is that they're forcing these little kids on, like, the parents and maybe doctors, and they're forcing these little kids, like, these down their throat, this,
Hormone changers things.
yeah, these hormone changers, these weird drugs. Like, that's just insane. Like, why are you giving a guy estrogen at the age of, like, 4?
They're fucking kids.
They don't even know what's going on yet, and you're like telling them, "Oh, take this so you can be a girl, because you act like kind of like a girl. You play with Barbies."
Or you want to be a girl. Maybe they want to be.
I mean, you know, sometimes they want to be, right? But they're kids. They don't know what's.
They don't know.
They don't know
better.
yet, right?
They don't know better.
And yeah, the parents make all the
Oh,
decision,
jeez.
and they're
Yeah.
just, you know, pushing so hard for this. I guess like transgender stuff. They're pushing it too. I feel like it's too hard and too fast.
Yeah, it's like, oh fuck.
Like, if you want to do that, I have no problem with it, right?
Yeah.
But I don't.
As
I
an
have
adult,
an issue.
As an adult, yeah.
I have an issue with you forcing it on the kids, bro. Like, these kids, you put them on like 40 different medications, different drugs and shit. How are these kids gonna go out inside and play and have fun when knowing they're like kind of like not really there because all these drugs and stuff?
What about development too? Like how they, you know, like grow into
They
like
might not grow that like tall, or they might not grow that like, you know, whatever they.
maybe their brain doesn't grow.
Maybe they
fully
lose
developed.
hair. You
Lose
know,
hair.
these drugs, you don't know.
Lifespan?
They're like new drugs, basically.
Yeah, no, I don't know, man.
Well, not like estrogen and testosterone, but like.
But it's
others.
also funny because I don't know. I feel like we're talking obvious stuff, but it's almost for some reason we're getting portrayed as like some sort of devils for even thinking that there's something wrong with going against what they're helping these kids do.
Because it's like the government wants less powerful people, right?
Less
like
powerful people.
yeah, so they're just basically pushing everyone to one side, right, and going against the one side that could fight against the government with, like, you know, thoughts and being actually like intelligence, right? They just push to agenda like, oh, you know.
Yeah, you're right.
Some of my favorite like theories about the government.
Go for it.
Where like it's like you know like a community that's in unison, right? can fight against the government all day long, right? Against the army or whatever. But the best way to like solve like to fight that is to have them separated. And how do they do that? You might ask. Well, with stupid shit like this. It might not be stupid to someone, but if this has the communities divided, that they're already winning. So.
Damn, but this is like a whole it's like a whole secret war kind of thing. I mean,
I'm saying, bro.
it's a war on the control of the mind, and it's a war of power of the mind too. It's like because if the individual doesn't have control over his own thoughts and feelings, and if he's always afraid of like in trans people was like an extreme, right? But we can go to more subtle levels, like what people I believe politically too. Sometimes instead of searching for the truth in the matters that happen in the world, they just search for whatever they think is right or wrong, based on what the politics, based on what the news,
Or based on what their friends say.
basically what their friends say, like
Yeah.
group
Or
think,
what their parents think.
and what their parents think. Right? It's like it's so weird to me.
No one's like doing research anymore. It's all like just whatever's pushed to you on TikTok. Like, it's just insane because like some people like the Andrew Tate thing. Like the guys were getting clips of Andrew Tate talking about like, oh, you need to get money and stuff like this, and the girls were getting pushed different clips of Andrew Tate talking to like
Misogynistic
yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
but it's two different sides, right? One side gets one to make him look good, and one side gets the bad side.
It's good to see both though too. Like I think that's how we develop, right? Because like I watch Andrew Tate's clips. Like there are some things that he say that I think is like, oh, do you want more coke? I got you. So there's like borderline things that he says that I think is like, oh, that's a little like a lot. But like a lot of what he says, like he says like, if you want to be like some sort of, if you want to increase your value, like I think what we were saying the other day, like about depression, he's like, you don't want to make it like real by saying that or by making it a real thing, right? When you say you have depression, it's like, it's almost like you're making it real, really, right? When in reality it could just be sad feelings that you're just feeling. Maybe this is just passing through experiences that you're feeling. I've always loved the idea that all feelings, all thoughts, all these emotions, all these stuff, they're not you. They're just passing. These things pass. But the moment you start to stick to them, the moment you start to say like, I shouldn't be feeling sad, I should be feeling happy, or I've been a little like sad, there's something wrong. It's like, nah, like if your body's like sending these signals throughout your body, just the more fight you put against these feelings, the longer they're gonna stay in there. But the more you let them flow in through your body, the more likely you're just gonna let them pass.
That's the thing with the I don't know if you've seen like the experiments where they give one side of like people like a drug, right? And the other side they give them sugar pills.
Right.
And somehow magically the people with the sugar pills are getting healed. It
Just
makes no sense.
Us belief, placebo effect. Yeah. And that's funny too, because like I'm telling you, like therapists, they really scare me. Therapists, what makes a person want to? I get it, like you want to help people out in needs of trouble, but I think you have to think about it in a broad spectrum. The kind of people that get attracted to this field, what is it like? What you want to like start fixing like? Like people with like mental issues, like what pushes you to do something like that? I think is like a little. It could draw a certain crowd, and I don't know if you guys know, but like therapists usually go to medications pretty quickly. Like like if you're saying like, oh, I'm feeling a little anxious, ADHD, a little depressed, and it's like boom meds, and then these meds are like throwing off what your body's like doing already. Say you lost a loved one, you're going through grief, you gotta like go through the motions, you just gotta go through it. But when you start throwing meds into the whole mess, into the whole thing, it's like it's throwing everything off. Might even make you worse. And sometimes the way the therapist talk to you, I don't know if you guys ever been to like a therapist, it's almost like it's crazy. It's almost like Andrew Tate says is that they make whatever you're thinking real. It's like these feelings, like all of a sudden they become like these real big monsters. They are never monsters in the first place. They're just feelings. That's how I see it, though. You don't have to agree on this. You could counter me.
No, I agree completely. Because, like, I mean, the therapist, I don't think they're really there to help you, man. Like, if you
I
also
mean,
look at it from a business perspective,
business
they're
perspective.
not there to help you. They want you to keep coming back, which is like
That's
why
not
they give you pills.
I always thought that too. It's like, like you said, a business thing. They want you to come back, but their goal, the real goal, should be that for you to be strong enough to be self-sufficient. So whenever tragedy happens, whenever trauma happens, you're able to grow past it on your own because you have to build that strength on your own, not because oh my God, like, not to say like any tragedy like that ever happens is easy, or it's not a big thing. It is a big thing. But you have to be able to be strong enough to not be like, oh, I need to go back to my therapist. I need to hop on meds again. Like no, like stuff happens. You just gotta muscle through it. Gotta push through.
Well, I mean, like you guys said, I don't really believe in therapists. As I have a pretty strong mind. I don't really get things get to me, but I feel like there are some people that have very very weak minds, and they really need that therapist, or like not even a therapist, but just someone to talk to,
or someone to help them build strength, build the mental strength, right?
but sometimes, like, I don't know if you ever experienced it, like, where like you ever just a bunch of shit just happens to you, and you just need to have always like, because a lot of like, especially as like we grew up like our time, like they always said, oh, don't cry, like don't talk to anyone about your feelings and stuff like that, right? And that's cool, right? But sometimes you just gotta let it all out. Like there's that breaking point. Some of those people just have a breaking point where it's like, I gotta let it all out.
But I think it's alleviating.
Yeah, but I'm saying like
Yeah.
they need someone to just let it out that they don't know, because you don't want like your friend to have to hear all that. So
Yeah,
you're just,
because
like, it's easier.
Yeah, I agree with that too. It's like I wouldn't want to like, I wouldn't want you guys to see like me in my dark moments, right?
Yeah.
Personally, I feel better when it just comes out alone. Like whenever I'm alone, if I ever really do feel like life's a little hard on me, I'll let like maybe like tear out,
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, sometimes it builds up, but it's better to let it out. Because if you don't let it out, that shit's just gonna it's like stuck there. It's like it's not letting it out. But it's crazy to me because like when I was younger, like 13, I think it was. I'll just give you an example from my perspective. I used to sponsor. I think I realized I could think. I realized that I can see into the future, and I realized that I can see things happen. Like when you play chess, you're thinking about like moves ahead. I started to realize that I can think about moves ahead in life too. And I remember I was just sitting one day, and I was just like, "Oh fuck!" Like I can get sick because I have a fear of being sick. Not now, but like at the time, I was like afraid of being sick because pain. And I remember I realized I was like, oh fuck, I can get sick this way. If I get sick like this, it'll hurt a lot. My parents are gonna see me, so it starts spiraling. And for like the longest time, like I was just there in that like limbo of like fear. My mind's racing all the time, just thinking about everything that could go wrong. And I always thought everything could go wrong. And it like got to the point where it like just hurts. It just hurt my head because of how much I was thinking. And it took me a while to realize, because I think I did talk to like a therapist for a bit. It didn't help. It took me a while, reading like philosophy books, like from like ancient people. Like I think you're talking about Socrates. I like to listen to Carl Jung, Alan Watts, these other like more like recent people. And their ideas were, anxiety was just what I was feeling, right? Anxiety was just, you're just looking at the future in a negative way, like under like a telescope. Like you're looking at the future that's like, can anything happen? Anything can happen. All the good stuff, but all the good stuff and the bad stuff, all of them can happen. And I'm just looking at the bad stuff and saying like, oh fuck, if this happens, that's gonna, this is gonna throw me all off. And it took me forever to just see that, nah, it's a big picture, like my thoughts are always going to run. They're always going to see the future and see what can or cannot happen. And I'm just going to have to accept it and not try to like fight it. Because I used to really just think I just have to stop thinking. That's never going to happen. So, but
you want to be in control of your mind and your thoughts, not let the thoughts control you.
yeah, because, for me at least, the way I see it is the thoughts just come and go. I don't like try to hold on to any thought. I don't try to hold on to any feelings. I don't try to say, oh, I only think about these things. No, sometimes there are dark thoughts that come in, but they just come in and they just go. But if I start to think, it's funny. It's like when you tell yourself, I don't know if you've ever done this. Is like when you tell yourself not to think about something, what do? You think about it. So it was always like that for me. It's like whenever I try to stop thinking about something, the more it came back, the more I was thinking about it. And it took me a long time to realize I just have to just let it all go. Just let them just be.
But I feel like just like your thoughts are very like powerful.
Yeah.
Like, but you have to control them, right?
Yeah, send them in the direction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like I remember like when I was like probably like 6 years old, I would get nothing but nightmares every single night, right?
Right.
So I said, I don't want to dream ever again.
Right.
To this day, I don't dream.
You don't dream at all?
To this day, I don't dream. When I go to sleep, all I see is black.
And you wake up.
That's it.
Yeah.
But when I need to clear my head, I do the same thing. I'm like, think of
Yeah.
nothing but like a black room. That's all I do.
Right.
Just over and over in my head. And eventually, it's just the black room again.
Right.
So
I think it's for me at least, it's the base of life. Nothingness is the base of life. I know some people think it's like depressing, because like from my point of view, is like you said, like you think about a black room, all of a sudden you're just calm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like relief. It's
relief, because
nothing can hurt you, nothing can happen. It's just you just are. You're just being. And for me, it's like it's always like that. It's like anytime something stresses me out, it's like, at the end of the day, this is life as is. Like this is like life isn't my stuff. Life isn't really. It really isn't my journey. It's not my family. Because I always think about, well, if someone like put me in jail in solitary confinement and I lived like the rest of my life like that, my life is just that. It's just whatever. I'm in there all alone. That's it. So I always think that's like the base, and then you can build on top of that, family, friends, purpose, your journey, your why, your fight. You can build all that stuff on top of that. That's the beauty of life, in my opinion. You want to say something to that, Santi? Or?
I agree with what you said. Like, you can't just let something hold you back. Because I used to be like that too. It's just think about shit, and eventually you just gotta like Joe said, you just gotta get your mind right.
But you never had an experience like that?
What do you mean, like
an experience where you were you had to really use your head to stop yourself from going
yeah, no.
Bro, so for me, my example is I would just have crazy, I'm gonna call it sporadic thoughts. I could be thinking about one thing, and then my mind will automatically find another moment where something similar happened, and just go off. In the span of 5 minutes, I'd have 1,000 different thoughts.
Right.
Just all this shit that's happened, all this shit that's been, I've quote unquote been through and shit. And my head would just start hurting. So the way that I personally have stopped myself from doing shit like that, I would just smack myself in the forehead like this, just like that. Nice little good smack, just say it, tell myself, stop, just stop.
Or center yourself, come back to it.
Yeah, basically, bro. Yeah. I literally, and if that shit happens to me, it stopped happening to me.
Often. Yeah.
I want to say it's since June.
Right.
And I've only had one other time where something like that happened. My thoughts just spiral out of control. Right. And I just smack myself in the head and just say stop. Just stop and just go to sleep. Because it always happens when I'm about to go to sleep. I just lay on my bed just thinking about shit.
I used to, for me, it was so bad. My mind would race for every day, sometimes all day, but usually it was in the afternoon for me, because that's when I thought it would always happen, for me at least. And honestly, for 2 years, it was just like that. But now it's it's so rare that it'll happen, but now it's so easy to come back. Because sometimes I might just go into a dark spiral, oh fuck, this might happen, this might not happen, or I might get sick, I'll start going down just a dark future. But then I'll just pull myself back, like Joe said, the black room. For me, it's not a black room. For me, it's just back into the present. It's just back to breathing, back to just feeling what my body's feeling, and then I'm back. Usually, and I don't know, that rarely ever happens now. It's maybe once a year now. So I feel really happy now, because I don't know about Joe or Santi, but for me it took a long time to figure it out, because I was saying, when you tell yourself to stop thinking about something, you're thinking about it, and it's just a circle, a circle, a circle. And the hardest thing to break about a circle and a habit is to just stop. And for me, stopping meant quitting. And I don't like to quit. I like to keep fighting. That's why it took me forever, because I don't like to quit. So it's like, for me, it was like me being in this loop of spiraling thoughts, anxiety, all this stuff. This meant that I was fighting. And it took me a long time to realize that it was me fighting that was causing all the pain.
But do you think, like, people are struggling in that fight now? Like, a lot more than like, a lot, like,
I think
they should?
I think it's a lot because people, like people say, people make it real. People make it like this thing. It's like, oh, you suffer from anxiety. Oh, okay, so, like, let's put you on some pills. Let's try to get some
But do you think they just give up before, or, like, they just don't want to fight at all?
For me, it was the fact that I wanted to fight that kept me in the loop. Like I said, like, I was trying to stop these thoughts. I was trying to make sure I had a blank mind. I was trying to make sure, like, I didn't feel the way that the anxious feeling, you know, like, people might not understand. It's like when you drink too much caffeine, that, like, jitter, but like bad, like, it's painful bad. And for me, it was always like, I want to fight. I don't know what it is for other people. Other people have, like, you know, different life experiences.
Yeah.
So it's different. But I do believe, like, especially for anxiety at least, it's something that anyone can learn and train to get a grasp of. Because at the end of the day, these are just thoughts. They're not really real. They're real, but they're not really real.
I have a theory, right, as to, like, why it's happening so much, like, so rampant.
Much more.
Is I feel like humans are very social people, right? And a lot of kids now, they're not really going to school. They're going to, like, online school. They're going to, like, they're meeting people on, like, TikTok, Facebook. They're not really interacting with people, like, in human
person.
interaction, right? So I feel like that is, like, starving them of, like, what a natural human wants, you know?
Social contact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because humans are naturally just really social, and they want to be around people all the time,
Yeah.
or else they get really lonely, and, you know,
All that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. It might be growing worse now. Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, it's just a theory, you know.
No, you're right. But I've also thought too that's like, well, we train everything else, right? Especially us, right? We work out and stuff. We train everything else. We work out our legs. We work out our calves, our arms. You know, my friend, I'll just call him D. He's working out like the front delt, the rear delt. You know, like, he's going, like, through all the human parts in the body, and but we don't train, like, our mind. Our mind's like a strong muscle too. It's like the most powerful thing that you have at your disposal, and we don't really train it. And there's no real handbook. Like I said, anxiety, I think, anxiety for me really is just seeing into the future, in just that you're just taking it you're just using it in the bad way. And a simple, like, we don't even have course in school about this, you know. We got math, we got history.
Well, that's part of the programming.
It's part of the program. We don't have anything about how to strengthen our minds, you know. What are the steps to take when a lot of thoughts come by, you know? I swear to God, I forgot what one of my therapists said. Like, I think they were like, how does it make you feel? Or yeah, I actually had a therapist for a bit, for like a year, I think, or something. She said like, how does it make you feel? What thoughts are happening? And like I said, I started reading, like, Greek and Greek philosophers and philosophers, like, of current age, and they were just like, yo, fuck that. They just said, your emotions are just emotions. They're just gonna happen. Your thoughts are just thoughts. They're just gonna happen. You just gotta, like, learn to let them go. That's it. You don't fight them. You just let them be. And boom. It took a while, but boom. It's like, now it's like I still think a lot, but it's not painful at all. It's like, it's just, like I said, me seeing into the future. It's like me thinking, like I said, like, I'm going to college right now, right? Car's down, right? All right, what am I gonna do? All right, I don't have a car. Let me see. Now, you know, like, let me just give one issue, right? Parking for the car. All right. Option one, or what can happen? What can happen is I can leave the car parked in the same spot for 2 years straight, and no one's gonna tow it. I'm not gonna get a ticket. Nothing. Okay, that'll be best plan. Second best plan, I have to move it every time vacation happens, because maybe they don't allow you to stay there during vacation. Boom. All right, bet. And third option, someone finds out. Fuck, or like, they don't want me there, right?
Yeah.
find somewhere else close and park there. You know, but I guess like now it's just all logical now. Like now it's like, you know, like I'm just taking it step by step now. I'm just seeing the future as it is, right? I'm not saying like, oh fuck, if this happens, bro, like then this is gonna happen. Then like I'll have to rent a room. Fuck, I won't have enough time for studying. Fuck, I won't have enough time to work. I won't have time to pay rent. Like it just goes. And look at this is just one.
But you're just wasting time thinking about
it, right? When in reality, it's just like, all right, this is what can happen. This is what can happen. This is what can happen. I'm not gonna look past it. Like this is just 3 sections of what can happen, and I'm gonna just set up logically. Like if this happens, great. I don't have to do anything. Like if I can just park there all year, boom, great. I don't have to worry about it. Second option, I have to move it every time. Worst comes to worst, I call up my dad or I get a tower and just have him move it to somewhere I can park that's close. All right, pay a couple $100 or whatever. Boom, done. I can't park it there. I have to park somewhere else. Find a house close by. Maybe pay rent for the car to park there. Done. You know, it's just logical steps now. It's like, you know, like look and look. Now instead of being one of my greatest weaknesses, right? Anxiety used to fucking like kill me. Now it's like one of my greatest strengths because now I can see all my options. I'm like, oh fuck, it's like a chessboard now. It's like I can, like you said, it's like now you have you have control over. This is a powerful thing because now I'm calm, I'm cool. Now I can make my moves where I have to focus. Like you said, like this is taking away focus. Now I can put focus where it matters, back into school. Boom, done. Look at that. Now we're fucking moving.
But those are like the best teachers, right? Is like the really hard, like traumas and stuff like that, like depression, anxiety.
Yeah.
Yo, those things teach you so well because they're so hard to deal with, right?
Yeah.
So once you get over it and you start using it to help you, it's like
it's a superpower.
Exactly.
Yeah. From like I don't understand depression that much because I think I don't really get sad that much. It's weird for me because I kind of get sappy. So it's gonna sound weird. It's like I think sometimes it's like some people like get sad like maybe when like someone dies, right? Like, this grief. I always like to think of it too as like, damn, but like look how lucky you were to meet such a person that it causes you this much sadness to have them leave. But what a sadder life it would have been that you didn't meet them. Like look how much happier a life it was that you had met such a person. It's like
crazy.
seeing it in a different light.
Because I feel like when people die, they would rather have you smile and remember what they were, them dying, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's sad, right? You
Obviously.
see the person dying, but I think it's better to be happy for the memories that were there.
Yeah.
Because that's honestly more valuable. Because you're not gonna remember them dying. You remember them being alive.
Yeah. No, I love. Like I said, for me, it's like happy sad even.
You have to take your shoes off, bozo. You have to take your shoes off. Because I didn't give you an accurate reading.
Yeah, for me, it's like that too. Like right now, like what's happening with my car is like, yeah, I feel hella sad, but like it's like.
It was there for you.
What do you mean?
It was there for you for like a whole year. Just held you down.
What?
The car.
Held me down.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
It was there for you, bro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like no, it's like bro, it sucks. It's like I could sit here and cry and be like, fuck, man, why is this happening, right? But it's like I'm just like, all right, whatever. Like I'm glad it held on as long as it did. I'm glad that it's still gonna support me, you know, and I'm gonna keep pushing forward, right? So yeah, that's me. What about you, son? What's sadness for you?
Sadness for me?
Yeah, I talked about grief. What do you think is another sad thing that people think about? What is it that people struggle with? Why is it depression so strong? What is it?
Well, I think grief and depression are two completely different things.
Oh, okay.
Right. So, grief. Well, I personally lost 2 close people to me, like family members, my aunt and my grandpa, recently. My aunt was probably like 4 or 5, no, probably like 6, 7 years ago.
Right.
My grandpa was like 2 months ago, no, like a month ago.
Right.
Just gotta keep going. I remember like the first week was probably the hardest. Sad as fuck for my aunt at least, because that was like the first time, and she was my mom's sister. And you know, it's just sad, right? Because you just think about like the happy times you had with each other and shit.
Right.
But It's sad to say. It sounds kind of heartless, fucked up. You just gotta keep going and let go, cause like there's nothing to gain.
Just
Right?
sitting there.
Just sitting there crying.
Yeah.
And like when my grandpa passed away like a month ago, I remember, bro, I was chilling, fixing my laptop, and I didn't get the call. My mom got the call. I just overheard. I was just there, bro, like at the table fixing my shit, just crying, bro.
Yeah.
Then like 40 minutes later, I'm like, fuck. It's like
So you just gotta move on.
you just gotta think, right? You just like you're either gonna sit there like crying and shit, or you're just like you want to like I don't know, make them happy. You want to make them proud, right? So like one of the things my grandpa was always telling me when I was younger was like, hey, buddy, you gotta lose some weight, man. Like he wouldn't say it in a fucked up way, he's saying like in a nice way, because when you're older, it's gonna get harder and shit. So I remember like that was probably like 3 months of quote unquote hitting the gym consecutively, and I was going with my man's right here,
On
put
a
in that
strength
work
program.
same day,
Mm.
sad as fuck, but we just got to keep moving. Can't let that shit hold you back,
No.
because before you know it, the years go by and you didn't do shit. You were just there crying, and if you think about it, like that's not what your family would have wanted you to do. They wanted you to keep living, striving, pursuing greatness, right? And then my thoughts on depression is just like you can't let depression control you, because depression is just like the easy way out for like everything nowadays, right? It's like, oh, why did you never chase your dreams? Oh, because I'm depressed. You can't use that as an excuse,
But why does everyone want to have depression?
because it's the easy way out for everything. It's like what it's like, yo, like, why are you doing bad in school? Oh, I'm depressed. You just lay everything on depression. It's their way out, as Andrew Tate says. It's their excuse for everything. You can't let depression control you.
No.
It's the same thing. If you let depression control you, the years are gonna go by and you haven't done anything with your life.
And it's crazy. A lot of the depressed people, obviously depression is a weird thing. Like, it can be like chemical, like a chemical imbalance in your brain. It can actually be that, but those situations are really rare. It's mostly like people, like you said, they're just playing the victim and they don't want to deal with. They don't want to deal with the world. Like the world is it's a place of loss. It's a place of love and loss. It's like you go out there, you stick your hand out. Sometimes it's gonna bite. Sometimes you're gonna get a hand, hold on to. Sometimes it might stab you in the back. Or sometimes you might meet like a really good person, and then they get taken away from you, like they die, right? But that's like the beauty of life. You just keep going and you keep feeling, and this is like the beauty of life. Is like you keep like feeling, you keep living. You don't stay stuck in a place of sadness, because you're just gonna, like you said, the years are just gonna go by and you're not gonna move anywhere. I know it's rough, but it'll be a lot rougher when you just stay in the same place for like 5 years and you look up and you wasted 5 years.
Yeah, something people don't realize is the world moves without you, with or without you.
Without
Time isn't gonna stop because someone died or like you're sad. Like time don't give a fuck about you. That shit gonna keep moving. You might as well keep moving with it.
Yep.
What are you gonna do? Say, can you stop for me? I kind of feel sad today, and I won't be able to do my best because I'm sad. Time don't give a fuck.
It's an evil world we live in.
I mean, it's not evil, bro. It's just like
It's a more evil world if we don't pursue greatness, if we don't share our light. I think it is like you said. I don't think it's an evil world. I think it's a dark world, but I think it'll be a darker world if we don't spread our light. Right?
Yeah.
That's how governments take control. When we're all sat and down, when we're all just exactly. That's what you want. They want you to keep you down and sad. It'll be like Joe said, a tougher society to control. Or you said too, Santi's like it's a tougher society to control if you're up and strong, and you can take on grief.
yeah.
And right now they're winning, bro.
They're winning.
But also,
Like I said,
isn't it more like fun and it's better overall to start in the dark tunnel and see that light than it is for you to see the light the entire time and not know what the dark is.
I guess.
Yeah,
It's
like
not like-
yeah. I think my brother talking about this is it's so nice. It sounds crazy that I'm gonna say this. It is so nice to be born to nothing.
Yeah.
It's so nice that my parents started out with nothing, came here, and now my dad's got like a house, a nice ass house up in MA. Started off with nothing. Literally came here with that at the age of like 20 something, and he made something of himself. He learned something, and he made himself something. And it's funny, because you know what's funny? Undocumented the whole way through, even up until now. And you have people documented here, doing nothing and can't even have a house. And my dad just worked so hard for that. And it's like I'm not going to take any money from him. Like I love this too, because it's like I'm going to start from zero. I'm going to work my ass off, and I'm going to make myself worth something. And it's going to be so nice. I don't know what the future has, right? But it'll be so much nicer to start off from zero, to go to something, to build myself up, to make value. Money's not everything, but like, you know, have some money later, and to look back and be like, damn, like where I've been, where I've had to go through.
Well, I feel like you can't know success until you've known failure.
That too.
Because some people, they think like, you know,
Well, some people are just born.
they're born, but they don't really have a good life because they don't know what
They don't know
what failure is.
'Cause
They've
they have
always
a-
been in the limelight. They
have a hand under them too, like
Yeah.
rich people. Like,
they always have, you know, someone supporting them, doing whatever they, you know, want. Like they have maids, whatever. That's not. They don't find entertainment in like, you know, the small things like a poor person would, like eating like a fancy dinner, like, you know.
Even getting in the car.
Yeah, like getting
in
one
a
of those
car.
fancy cars when you finally made it, right?
Yeah, like
To
it's
those
like,
rich people, it's like, oh, it's just a car.
Oh yeah, it's like, oh, what? It doesn't turn on. What's going on?
Yeah, they don't know what hard work is. They just,
Yeah, like-
I mean, don't get me wrong, some of them do, right?
Some of them do. Yeah, you're right. Some
But
of them do.
90% of them are just that are born into it. They don't care,
They
man.
don't really
You don't know
care.
about the big accomplishments someone who grows up from nothing gets.
It's like-
Yeah.
I know we quote Andrew Tate too much, but you know what? It's for a fact. It's we're all fans. I don't know about Jose.
Well, it's not even just a quote. You can quote anyone that.
Could
Oh
go
no,
anywhere.
because this is directly
Oh.
from what Andrew Tate has said. But hey, I don't care. I love Andrew Tate. What's it called? What's it called? So he was like, you gotta think about it like this, right? If you were born rich, you didn't experience nothing. When you were poor and you became rich, it's like being in a car, right? So like going $150 an hour is only fun when you're going from 0 to $150 an hour. Once you're already going at $150 an hour, it feels like you're not doing anything. You're not really even moving, right? So it's like the same thing as when you're rich. When you go from nothing to a millionaire or any kind of money, it's fun, right? Because you get to talk about when you were poor and shit, you didn't have anything, or it's like if you were born into it, like you didn't get to experience anything. You're just there.
Yeah, for them the bar is higher. Like if you're born to like your father like has 10 million and he passes it down to you, it's like, well, the bar for you now is to get to 100 million.
But the thing is, like, what can they do to feel like success that we feel? Let's say us making $1 million or something.
I think for them they'll probably never feel
Yeah.
that, like the financial like upcoming, but they'll probably feel like, and they just have to be taught some things, right? Like so there are other things that are more valuable. It's like taking care of other people, people that are less fortunate, right? Like if you have a business, I think it'd also be nice to make sure that your employees are also doing well in their own life too, like making sure that your business is growing so that they actually get better lives. So maybe they won't feel the car thing or the food thing, but maybe they'll feel like, oh man, I brought this guy up from nothing. Like you could bring someone else up. If you got that much capital, you can start helping other people come up. That'll probably be something nice for them to feel too, to bring other people up with them to where they're at. That'll be nice too.
That only happens when the person that's bringing you up started from where you were. Started
Yeah.
with nothing and made it something, and they have all that money, and the most homeless people, whoever.
I guess like Joe said, it's hard to it's hard to be that kind of person when you're like when you're just born into it. It's hard to be that person.
You never understand the struggle.
Exactly, it's hard. That's why it's like it's so nice to. Oh, there's those stories, right, of like when people are of power, and they lose it, and those guys come back. It's like, oh, those are strong people too. They lose it, then they understand. Like I said, failure. They understand pain, the mistakes. They understand to be poor now. Like they go down to zero, bankruptcy, right? Now they gotta climb their way back up. That's something too. But that's rare. Like that's it's rare. Nothing to add, Santi?
Nah, nothing I do.
You've been live for like an hour and a half.
Nah, it's actually been like an hour.
Cause he's cutting everything.
That was a long ass intro.
What was the long ass intro? Oh,
So what's it at right now? Hour
it's at
30?
40,
Basically an
40.
hour.
It's 42 though.
Yeah, it's been an hour.
It's not an hour though.
It's up to you guys. What you guys want to do?
I don't want to be like I want to have like 1 hour podcast. Nothing too long anymore.
Yeah. How do we end it? How do
so
we
we're
end
gonna try to cut it down because I don't know. I feel like 1 hour 40, 1 hour 30 is almost a little too much. But yeah, after editing, it'd probably be over just over an hour.
Yeah.
A lot of stupid shit that was said in the beginning.
Which
There was
should've been
no.
kept in.
It should have been kept in. It's not gonna get kept in because it was too. I have to run that whole
So
shit
it should've
back.
been kept in, but it's not. It's all good.
It's not in. Our
We'll chop it
sponsors.
up. We'll chop it up and put it on clips. How about that
No.
for TikTok? So we can try pushing.
Oh,
some more
like
views on
you
there.
can. You can cut like the beginning
Yeah, I'm gonna
and
chop
save
that out.
chop that up. But the center of it, the core of it, I think was fine. I
No,
think,
this part is fine.
yeah.
like- I'm talking about like the first 30-ish. The first 30-ish minutes are gonna get chopped up for clips.
Yeah.
So
And
instead,
And the closing.
Dead tired, bro.
clo-
I woke up at 5 in the morning.
see these are mine. Okay.
Okay, about 7. I think.
Oh, you don't have to touch him.
Shut up, bitch. Those are mine too.
Shit.
We appreciate anyone that clicks on the video, likes, comments, subscribes, shares it to anyone. Your grandma will get a gift of $1 personally from Santiago Reyes. We appreciate.
If you follow me on Twitter at CubeLFT, I think I will send you old pictures of this guy.
So back to what I was saying though, if this video gets 10 likes,
Nope.
Jaeger, it's happening. He says it's happening. He's gonna do Jaeger bomb off a hooker's stomach, and then he's gonna lick her stomach. We appreciate anyone that does any of those, like, subscribe, comment, especially for his Jaeger bomb. We love that. It's happening, and that's all I want to say.
Yep. Well, this has been Cube, Joe, and David. We'll see you next week.
Oh wait.
You want to?
The hell?
My
I don't
bad.
get my closing
Okay,
statement.
go ahead.
Wow, that's crazy. I didn't.
Fuck this guy. We'll
Wow,
see you
it's
next
been a
week.
bad day. It's been a bad day. You really want to take it out on me? All right. So I'll just close the statement because we were talking about mental health and all that stuff. And I guess we were talking about grief a lot. I'll just quote Jordan Peterson. You wanna aim to be the strongest man at your father's funeral. All right. That's all I want to say.
Last thing though.
If you do know someone that is battling it actually and is a really has problem with this stuff, please make sure you check on them every once in a while. They will greatly appreciate it. All right, that's it.
Jaeger bombs.
No.
Jaeger
Off a
bombs.
hooker.
No shot.
Oh, okay.